I welcome you all to today's session. Anyone joining us today, I am Josephine Paulo, your moderator for today, and I am the welfare coordinator at Anije Global Foundation. And for those new to us, Anije Global Foundation is a youth-led non-profit organization empowering women and youth through educational and leadership development programs. And our mission is to drive positive community impact and contribute to global progress. So today, our session is part of Anije Global Foundation Initiative Masterclass series, which is a monthly online learning initiative that brings together young people and global change makers, industry leaders, and emerging talents to shape the next generation of African leaders. So through this masterclass session, we have interactive sessions which we bridge the gap between aspiration and achievement, theory and practice, and challenges and solutions. So I hope everyone joined with an expectation. And so I take this privilege to introduce to you all our speaker for tonight. And I am honored to introduce our guest, distinguished speaker tonight. And she is Miss Alice Yakubu, and she's a gender inclusive youth advocate and youth development leader who is committed to empowering young people to lead with purpose and impact. Miss Alice is the founder of Alice Talk World, a community dedicated to nurturing young leaders through mentorship, innovation, networking, and leadership development. So it is not surprising to have her here because she's coming to impact lives. So through the Alice Talk World, Ms. Alice has created platforms that connect students and emerging professionals with industry leaders, encourage entrepreneurship, and support youth-led solutions to social and economic challenges. Her work has impacted young people across Ghana and beyond, strengthening confidence, leadership capacity, and community engagement. Ms. Alice serves as a member of the Gender Advocacy Working Group of the All African Students Union, where she contributes to youth and gender-focused policy discussions and advocacy at continental level. Ms. Alex's works also reflect a strong commitment to promoting gender inclusion and supporting women and girls, particularly in leadership and STEM-related spaces. With experience in youth leadership, advocacy, and event facilitation, Ms. Alice has contributed to several local and international initiatives. She also offers services in public speaking, mentorship, and event consultancy, supporting development organization, educational institution, and youth-focused programs. Ms. Alice is passionate about equipping the next generation with the skills, confidence, and values needed to lead with courage, inclusivity, and impact. I was expecting to be seeing some emojis while I read this out, but that is our speaker for the day. Thank you for joining us, Ms. Alice. We kindly invite our audience to submit your questions through the Q&A feature, which we'll address after the presentation. So we will zoom into the main session. If you have any challenge, please kindly leave it on the Q&A so that, or the chat, yes, the chat room is open. You can leave it there so that we can take it in. So without further delays, I will hand over to Miss Alice to take us through tonight. With a round of applause, let's welcome Miss Alice. Miss Alice, over to you.
All right, thank you very, very much. Can I have access to sharing my screen? Because I have a presentation. So while I deliver, I would have my presentation so that everyone can resonate with that. Do I have the permission to share?
Sure. If you have access to the share screen at your end.
Yeah, I think I do.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Is it visible?
Sure, from my end.
Okay. If you're on the call and it's visible, kindly help, you know, kindly help react to for me. Your moderator, your host might be able to see, and you all might not be able to see. Right. Okay. Oh, can anyone hear me? Right. All right. So, I think that, okay. So, once again, I want to say a very big thank you to Anija Global Foundation for, giving me the honor to be on your platform to share my insights, my experiences, and, my lived journey with all of you. It's really an honor. Then again, to Madam Host, I appreciate for the amazing titles you were reading out there. That's so wonderful. So, if you can all see my PPT presentation, you would see that the topic we are about to discuss, and I'm pretty sure that everyone in this room would resonate. And before, wherever you find yourself, wherever you see yourself, you would, or whenever you're going to join a platform, you have a purpose. That is what we are going to discuss about. Purpose, you have a vision, you have a reason as to why you are joining a community or a platform and all that. So we are going to talk about empowered woman, empowered future, leading with purpose and impact. So if you can see my slide, you will see my beautiful logo. My beautiful logo talks about how empowered I am and still, experiencing it. You could see that my logo also talks about leadership. I believe in leadership and I believe in inclusion. I believe that wherever we find ourselves, every spaces we find ourselves, this is some women's space. Wherever we go, we also have the gentlemen supporting us, they support our vision and all that, but we should always be able to include everyone. So that is brief about about what we are about to talk about today or discuss. So, but I want the conversation to be very interactive. The comment section is there. The react button is there too as well. And wherever you are, when people give you the morale, when they boost, it's when people, we are going to talk about support. We are going to learn a lot from ourselves. So that is why I want it to be very interactive. But in all your doings, you always need support. You always want people, you always want to engage people. You always want to be heard. Because when we say women are not voiceless, when you voice, who should hear you out? People around you or your targeted audience should always hear you out. The one you are aiming at should be, should be able to understand what you are voicing out there and support you or support your vision. So I want it to be very interactive. We should be able to engage. If you have anything to say, it's a presentation, but I want it to be very interactive. I can quickly look at whatever you are sharing in the comment section and also engage with you. So, who is Alice Yakubu? Alice Yakubu, your host, that's Josephine. Josephine said a lot about Alice Yakubu already, but then I would say that Alice Yakubu is a young, advocate and also a leadership development enthusiast. I believe in empowering others because I was being empowered and still on the journey of empowerment. But beyond the titles that Josephine mentioned, what I would also say is that I am simply someone who chose to act on a vision, right? So through Alice Talkwood, I've created space where young people come together, especially women, to network for impacts. So everything we are really going to talk about today is not going to, it's not going to be something that it's going to be something that flows naturally, something that you can all resonate with, and we will take it from there. So this is I wouldn't be able to share much of my titles, but I believe when we talk of, when you are going, like I said, almost say when you are going to a particular space, you need to learn to know who that person, you have a reason, a purpose as to why you are on the call to listen to me. So probably you might have probably also done your background search and you've even listened to Josephine telling you a brief about what I do and all that. So basically, this is my beliefs, a young woman with vision bigger than her environment. My space, wherever I go, I always call myself, or people call me the portable lady. But I believe that whatever I do, my environment and all that, whatever I do, it should be, people believe or how I project it is more like than my environment and not my space. So I am the founder of Alice Stockwood. I've mentioned that as well, which it's a community of young leaders. We create space for young leaders to come together to network for impact. Then I believe in gender inclusiveness, youth advocacy, which has already been mentioned. And also my passion, I'm very passionate about leadership, the impacts and the community that we find ourselves. I think I'm echoing to as well. Now, we are about to talk about why this conversation matters, right? And if you look at my background of my PPT, you can see that, I don't know if you can give in the comment section, whom are you seeing? The background of my PPT. Is there a way out I could see the comments? Or Josephine, you can help me out too as well. Hey, no one will guess. Is there
No.
anyone saying? Come again.
Yeah, I can help you with the comments, but there's no comment for now. Okay,
There's no
so
comment. Okay.
Ramatu is here. She said, "Hi everyone, I'm Ramatu here." Yeah, Ramatu, who are you seeing at the background of the presentation?
The lady with the microphone.
Yeah, anyone?
Hey, you people are surprising you. Josephine, can you help us with that so we move forward then?
Yeah, sure. That's Miss Modeling.
Right. I give you applause. Right. I specifically chose this as a background because I'll be sharing a beautiful story when it comes to, women supporting women too as well. So why this conversation? Sorry. I think I just got a call. Sorry. Let me get back to my PPT. Okay. Josephine, help me out. Is it okay now?
Yes, please.
Right. Sorry, I got a call that distracted. Sorry about that. So, right, we are about to talk about why this conversation. Already, you can let's get back to we spoke about empowered women, empowered futures, leading with purpose and impact. That is why we are here to see how best we can cover up on this conversation. Then I came back to why this matters, why this conversation. And when you look at my PPT, very visible with your founder at our background, at the background of the PPT. And you can see that I indicated the reality and the truth of it. When we talk of this conversation about women leadership and all that, we know that we have a lot of brilliant women. We have a lot of young women full of potentials, but there is always the reality of it. What is it? Many young women that have potentials, some are unable to even identify the potentials within them. Others are also lacking confidence. These same women with what's the name potentials, they are lacking access and they are lacking guidance. And whoever you are in this room as a young woman or a gentleman supporting woman, you would know that these are the things. Sometimes you identify a woman with so much potentials, but then you look at this woman and feel like, one, this woman, you feel like someone great, someone like Miss Modeling, someone with like Dr. Khadija could probably support or hold this person's hand for the person to be able to achieve their dreams. So that is some of the things, that's the reality at grounds. Most of we women, when I started identifying my fit within the women's space or leadership, it was the same thing I encountered. The same thing I encountered. I had potentials, I had a dream, but then I lacked that confidence. I was running away from so many opportunities. I couldn't own them. I didn't have access till I told myself that, you know what, I need to, talent is everywhere, opportunity is everywhere, but some opportunities are also limited. Till I told myself that, okay, you know what, I need to build that. Confidence doesn't just start at once. I need to build that. And also, I needed access, but I need to affirm myself. I need to speak up. I need to speak to people that this is my challenge. If people do not know about your problems, they can't step in to support you. Right. So many people are capable, but then they step forward. They don't step forward because they don't feel ready. When I started, honestly, I was so unsure. I would share my story, I'm getting there. But when I started my journey, I was so unsure about it. I was so scared because I got a lot of doubt, I got a lot of critics, and honestly, it's questioned my confidence. I asked myself that must I step forward to do this? So these are the reality at grounds that women with potentials often lack the confidence, they lack access to the right people that would support them, that would hold their hands, and they lack that guidance. And that is where mentorship will come in, which I would also have a touch of it very soon. So the talent is everywhere. Where you look at, so you can look at the truths on my, I'm using my cursor on my PPT, which can also support you to, connect with whatever I'm putting out here. So you know that this is the reality at grounds, and this is the truth. The truth is that talent is everywhere, but the opportunity is limited to us. Even sometimes we have to create the opportunity. So since it's limited to us, how can we get hold of these opportunities? Now, to get hold of those opportunities, you need someone that would give you that access. You need someone that would give you that guidance. So now let's move to my journey. How did I start? You heard that she's always Alice Talkward. People hear about me. Oh, she is the founder of this. She's Alice Talkward and all that. Before everyone have a title, Miss Modeling, your CEO and founder, she has a title that she is a leader. Aside from being a leader, she is a founder. She does so many things, but she just didn't wake up to say, I want to, lead. She identified a problem. And when she identified the problem, that was when Anije Foundation came about. If you are not able to identify a problem, then you are not a change maker. So me sitting here personally, I am a change maker, and I believe in this room we have a lot of change makers, or everyone literally is a change maker, right? So how did I start? I I'm a young lady from the Northeast region, which is Nampandiri. Growing up, I realized that my community where I grew up was a bit of we had financial issues. Till now, we still have that issues. How to, our parents earning their earnings to take care of their children, their wars and all that. Most of the people in my village don't even go to school. It's still happening. And most of the high qualification of education in my village is either a teacher training colleges or that of midwifery. I think they have that of 1 year diplomatic courses or some 7 month diplomatic courses. That is the limit. And what was the reason aside from the finances? What was the limit? Aside from the finances, what was the limit? Or what was the reason? The reason was being that they felt like right after school one next, why would I have to spend 4 good years taking care of my ward in university. And they come out for us to just keep hearing the same stories, for us to keep hearing the same stories that, after university, even regardless with their first class and all that, they are unable to get job opportunities. They are unable to, find their feet within whatever spaces or to make money. We are investment. We should get that right in our heads that we are an investment that our parents are investing in us. So when they invest in us, they also expect life is like that and we should all accept it. We are just an investment that our parents are trying to invest in us, knowing very well that when they invest in us, we have to also come back and give. So they think of it that, okay, when I put you in university after your 4 years, you become unemployed. Then what was the reason for me using my final seed or the last resources I had to send you to the university for you to, go for good 4 years university, take care of your accommodation? Because most of us travel from far places to the cities just to make our, get our certificates. So when I got that, I realized that they just wanted a short path as to how their wards could get finances to come back and give back to their communities. So what happened? The only, shortcut or ways for them was what? For them to, go for police, which can take them, I think, 1 or 2 years, or go for the short path, which was diplomatic nursing, and they can then proceed by doing probably top-ups and all. But I told myself that I wanted to explore. I wanted to do more. I didn't want to keep doing what others were doing. So I told my parents that yes, I want to be within the STEM field. My community, most people even grew up without, having access to technology like us in computer. You can learn a full IT course, ICT back in school, by they can just use a stone as a mouse to practically give an example. It wasn't my time. Now, technology is evolving, things are changing. But growing up, I didn't have access to computer and all that. But I felt like, the world is evolving, moving forward. What do I have to do? So that was then I identified that there was a problem in my community. That was when I had a dream, I had a vision. Vision is a dream. So that was when I had a dream. And when I was able to get to the University of Ghana to read BSc IT in the computer science department, I then told myself that, okay, let me speak to 1 or 2 people. Let me ask them if they also have the same encounter in their communities. And about 2, 3 to 4 people equally shared the same thing. Oh, I was even supposed to go to this, I was supposed to do this, but I equally wanted to be in the university and I ended up here. Then I spoke to them that, okay, I think our vision aligns. We can do something. Let's put up a community whereby our colleagues, would know that you just don't come to the school to get your certificate, but you come to the school and also build something meaningful. If I came to do BSc IT, if I'm able within my strengths to acquire the knowledge from the school, I can develop a website, I can put up a flyer design, I can use my Canva, my AI tools, I can do literally everything with the tech. But who then is going to pluck me? Who is that person that is going to hold my hand? Who is that network that is going to connect me to a company? Who is going to preach about my first class? I have to do it. But how do I do it? I have to network. Our colleagues we stay with in school, they are the same network we do have. You can be in a class with a minister daughter you wouldn't know. You can be in a class with someone that would become a future MP, which I would give an example. We have the likes of Edem Agbana, who is now an MP, he started networking and building back in school. We have the likes of Combat Adams, who was one of the first Nordic guys to become the SRC president in University of Ghana. And he is now the what? The CEO or is it the MD of Tor in Ghana here? Started from somewhere. So if you don't build your network, if you don't tell your stories for people to know that this is your capabilities, this is your strength, this is what you can do, how are they going to recommend you? I sit down today and people are recommending Alice Yakubu can organize event too, and I'm getting contracts from it. That is because I can now do it and I tell my stories out there and I put whatever I do out there, visibility. So people are able to say when they hear Alice Yakubu, she does event, she mentor girls, she does this, she has the connections, she has the networking space. Let's reach out to her. Okay, I want Miss Modeling to come and speak on my program. Oh, I know Alice is connected to her. Alice can get her. They reach out to me. And that is where the strength lies. Something my certificate alone cannot send me or cannot get for me. So basically, I thought of this that with my colleagues that we need to put that community that can bring young people to network with their colleagues, to identify their feats, and also get access to resource people like your founder. And that was how I started. But when I started, I reached out to people and people criticized. I always said, look at my fingers. All fingers are never the same. You will reach out to people when you bet a dream, when you have a vision. Others will tell you that you do not have to start. People told me when I got to university level 100, people told me that I don't have to start because when you go to room, do a room does. So I should focus on my academics. That was what they told me. Others also said that, do it, we will support you, do it. Others were like, it's a good thing, but they were never anywhere nearer to even support my dream. But you just have to start anyways. I got limited support. I had a vision, but I didn't have a clear path. I just needed someone that would also hold my hand and support that dream, support that vision. So I kept speaking to people. Sometimes you are even scared that when you have a dream, when you have a vision, when you identify a problem and you share with people, people will steal your vision. But trust me, we are all unique in our own ways. You can have two provision shops outside your house. And what happens? You can see one provision shop running on its own and the other one is dominant. No one goes there to buy anything. Everyone is unique in their own ways. You can share that vision to someone. The person will pick up your vision, start running it, but the person can't go anywhere with it because it is your idea, it is your dream. So do not be scared to share your dream with people. Do not be scared to say, you might not know where that good Samaritan would be that would come true for you and support you. So these were the kind of things I encountered, but then I built it anyways. When you Google Alice Stockwood everywhere, part of one of the youth, among one of the youth-led organizations in Ghana, which is focused on women development and youth empowerment. But if I had sat down with all the critics that you can't do it, do what Rome does when you go to Rome, stop, wait till you're in level 400, I don't think I would have been here on this platform speaking to all of you or trying to connect with all of you. So literally that is just a brief about my story. So now let's come to the main thing. Women leadership and breaking barriers. Women, we face a lot of barriers every day. It could be our communities, it could be that of ourselves. We face a lot of challenges. You all know, even the men staying with us at home can all testify to this, that we face so much, difficulties, barriers, challenges. And these barriers are always in our communities. You can look at my Keza. Societies are having expectations. Work or university, they expect you to come with first class. They don't even know what you're going through. You are doing a project to support the community. They're having expectation that you are cashing out. Meanwhile, you are just looking at how you can change your community. But they have wrong perceptions. They have expectations. And your family expectations, friends expectations, everything around you expectations. Yet, women, we always have self-doubt too as well. These are the barriers because when you start hearing that, I remember when I've run for so many leadership office. Some came naturally by appointment. Some too, I had to step up my game to say I want to lead in certain offices. Some offices, you need to run for an election to be able to get that opportunity to serve others. Others too, you will just sit down and someone would appoint you on merit or on what they have seen you doing on your works and all that. I ran for offices twice somewhere. I lost. The first election I went, I had self-doubt. How did I get self-doubt? I felt I was not ready. Yes, I was never ready. But I went into that election with the aim of winning. I did everything I could, but I couldn't win that election. But did that stop me? Yes, it almost. I almost gave up on leadership because other women came through for me, like your founder. I was there, your founder had not met me. I was there, and I posted a picture saying that I am number one on the ballot paper and they should vote for me. I fought, I did whatever I could do. I embarked on my journey, so I campaigned. I had ever high chances of winning. But when it happened that way, what happened? I was not, Like I said, I was not okay. I needed that support, that guidance. I didn't have enough. So going for my vetting or no, I couldn't prepare. I did self-preparation. I didn't know my left and right. So I got on my vetting and I couldn't perform. I couldn't perform. They even asked me a role on gender something, a gender thing that you are interested in. They asked me, I think they asked me of the name of a gender minister. I didn't even know because I was so nervous. I couldn't handle things. I was never ready. I didn't get the right people that could support me. So when I posted I got number one, someone took my vet. My vet was actually live, recorded, just like how you are recording this section. Someone took my vetting, sent it to Miss Modeling, told Miss Modeling that she shouldn't. Miss Modeling commented on my flyer that go for gold. Behind us, we the women are supporting you. And a woman who believes in women empowerment saw the comment and reached out to her and told her not to support me because I didn't qualify for that because I underperformed in my vetting. But you know what Miss Modeling did? She felt like young people like myself just needed that support. And she came through for me. Financially, encouragement wise, however, a young person just needed the support I needed. She came through without even knowing me. And that is what we terms are the barriers we will face, the self doubt. She told me not to have self doubt. I have done enough. Go for it. And whatever the outcome be, embrace it. And that was it. I didn't make it in that election, but such a word of encouragement and people standing by you and supporting you. It's enough. It's enough. So what we need to do is to own our own voices. We are not voiceless. Whatever that our challenges are, we should be able to speak out. His Excellency Joe Obama, when he won, I moderated a panel on Akaya Summit, Global Summit, that was 2 days ago. A young lady spoke so passionate about how she believes in women empowerment and women can do, how women should add their value, their support to the governance. So she said she wrote a letter to the office of the president, telling the president that they should look at the quota of supporting, adding the percentage of women also supporting. When she was given the opportunity to, present herself or her write-ups and whatever she wanted for the president to do, other people listened to her and they felt she was proud. That was because she owned her voice in that room. Sometimes when we women, come out to say that, to own our voices, to be honest to the people, they feel like, we are proud. We've not gotten there yet. So therefore, we should just shut our mouths. But no, we have to own our voices and we need to show up and we need to build competence. If I had built competence as well, or if I've gotten the right people to hold my hand at that point, I don't think that person would have gotten my mess at that vetting or a link of my mess to share to other women that that woman shouldn't support me. So we need to build competence around us. We just don't have to just, keep saying we want to live without competence. We need to build that competence around us, and we need not to be voiceless. Because see, women, when we are in spaces and we open, we have the right ideas, we have the potentials. So when we are in rooms and we are able to communicate, it is powerful. It is powerful. And whenever we open our mouths, that gives us the room to speak. So when you build on competency and you are given that opportunity to speak, I don't think things like useless things will come out. But things like changing and evolving, things like impactful things would be the things that you will voice out. Because we say we are not voiceless doesn't mean that we open our mouth and we are insulting the president. Because president has not honored by putting females on top. No, we are only advocating. Your voice should be an advocating tool. It shouldn't be a tool of insults. It shouldn't be a tool of negativity. You can criticize, but we have a proper way of criticizing. You can criticize in a positive way. So let's build our competency, let's show up, and let's own our voices. So now let's talk about building confidence. If you look at my cursor here, you can see that I've arranged from action, experience to confidence. If you want to be confident, you need action. If you keep saying that I am not confident, I am not confident, if you don't start it, if you don't start building from scratch, how would you become confident? I didn't just start speaking. When I started speaking, I started getting speaking engagement. I used to run from them. I used to run from speaking engagement. Why? Because, I felt like it wasn't my time. Oh, I wasn't ready. Oh, these were the things I felt like. I need my time. I cannot speak. Oh, and before I speak, this is my glass of water, my disposable cup with water. It still happens to me. I speak on global conversations now. I speak on so many platforms. But before I speak, I need that water. If it is in person, programs that you are speaking, they will bring a bottle of water. If it is virtual you are speaking, you can get your water to sip to calm your nerves down. Because it is not easy to be confident. It is never easy. So to say we want to be confident, it is not easy, but it is a gradual process. I used to run away, but I told myself, if I keep running, how do I share my story? How do I impact? How do I build? How do I share my experience? Because other young people or other old people, we even have old people that have not walked through your experiences and they want to walk through. So if you do not share, how then do you start? So I started building up, started accepting speaking engagement. I go sometimes I can mess up on my speaking engagement. I can be nervous. I can close my, what's the name? I can decide to mute myself for a while. I can close my camera, come back to say, excuse, sorry, I lost my network. Sometimes you just can't lie to save yourself. That is because you know what you are going through. So if you know what you're going through, you need to help yourself. So if I know that if I off my camera, if I mute myself and sip my water, in the next second I'll be okay, I have to do it. I have to do it to save face. I have to do it to save face. So we need to start what? Trying. You need to start trying. Speak to yourself in a mirror wherever you find yourself. Before I could come, I speak through experiences, but before I get a platform to speak, I take my time, prepare myself because we are building competencies. And I wouldn't like to come and mess up in front of you. That would be very questionable. So I need to prepare ahead and know what I am speaking to my audience and also expect what will be coming from them. So, right, so you need to speak up, you need to try anyway. Start small, it actually matters. It actually matters. My organization, I started when I was level 100. I started small when I didn't have any resources. I didn't have any connection. I didn't have anything, but I started small. That was the power of confidence. I started without money, without corporate. Sorry for my choice of words. Without anything, without access to Miss Motley, Dr. Kadaya, Dr. Kafride, Giovanni. But when I started, they came through. They came true. As I'm speaking with you, a lot of people even sometimes have to pay for platforms just to get my platform to impact. That should tell you how the journey has been. It didn't just start today. It started from somewhere when the girl was so unsure of herself, when she was building her confidence. So we need to build ourselves. So if you are a young woman, a gentleman on this call, I am challenging all of you to build yourself. You need to get ready. You need to start now. Don't be scared of anyone. Someone go on LinkedIn today and you are scared of posting. Why? The LinkedIn your data is already going. What you call you there? Start something. Start with that ugly picture. You'll be motivated to see other when you even see other people pictures, nothing will deter you. It will show you that you need to go and get that professional pictures. You need to get that content to go and start something. To also start posting your officials, right? So start something, show up, and also show up consistently. You start today, I'm posting something, I stop. Okay, I want to run a project. I want to do a donation. You start with a flyer, you stop sharing. If people don't see, would they know that you have a donation happening? I want to build my community. I'm interested in this. I want to do a podcast. You don't start, you don't engage people, you don't post visibility. How would people get to know that these are the things you do? So you need to show up consistently. That would help you to grow with experience. So now let's move to my next slide. I think I've spoken about my journey. I've spoken about women in leadership. Then let's talk about, I've spoken about building confidence. Now let's talk about purpose and vision. I already spoke when I was delivering that in all you do, purpose matters, vision matters. It matters in our growth, it matters in everything we do. Now, why do I say this? Before anyone on this call is a change maker, right? You need to identify a problem, I always say. But if I keep saying vision is a dream, if you don't have a purpose, I don't think you dream. Without purpose is a structure. Without purpose, you're just walking on it's like also you're just an empty person walking. If they push you, you fall. If they say, okay, let's go to Togo, you're going. If they say, okay, let's go to Anije's foundation donation, you are going. What if Anije, whatever they do, doesn't align with your goals? It doesn't align with your purpose. It doesn't align with your vision. Why do you have to be there? Unless you're doing it willingly, maybe a family member something or a friend, you're just ideal. You just have nothing to win and you want to show up. But regardless, everything you do should resonate. It should align with your mission. It should align with your purpose, your goals. So in all you do, get a purpose, get a vision. Because if you don't have a vision, you're not going to be able to solve any problem. And you can never stay committed. And you can never grow intentional. So you need that purpose to be able to stay consistent, to be able to show up. Because if I start showing up, why am I showing up? Because I'm interested in the thing. So you just don't wake up and you are showing up. Oh, today is a naming ceremony, Utiho. Today is this conference, you are there. Today is that you are there. No, it doesn't happen that way. Find your niche, find your purpose. What am I interested in? So that you don't walk so emptily. You should walk with purpose. So that people would know that, sometimes people, when you don't make yourself too available, because you're a human, you work with full strength. So you should be able to make good use of your time, right? Now let's move to mentorship and networking. Sorry, a moment. But are you with me? If you're with me, kindly give a reaction. If you're with me, kindly give a reaction. Okay, I'm not seeing the reaction now. I am right. Josephine, I see Salome, I see Anije Foundation itself. I'm not seeing Salifu's Sumaya reaction. Right. So I'm glad you are following. Now, if you agree with me, you can type in the comment section that mentorship is very important. If you agree with me, kindly text in the comment section that mentorship is very important and you personally need it. So you can say, I need it. I need mentorship because mentorship is very, very important. Mentorship is very, very important. Right. So why do I say this? We can never grow alone. Whoever you are, you can never grow alone. You need that one person that will support you. You need that one person that will hold your hand. You need that one person that will support you and hold your hand. So mentorship helps you to avoid mistakes. If you are doing something and someone is able to hold your hand, it helps you avoid mistakes. If I'm coaching someone or mentoring someone, I have walked through the experience. So when I'm mentoring or coaching the person, I coach based on my experience. So the mistakes I have encountered, I wouldn't let Josephine encounter same. No, never. I wouldn't do it. So if I'm able to hold Josephine's hand, then I know that I'm leading Josephine to the right path. Josephine should not repeat all the mistakes I made. So that is why mentorship is very essential in our growth. So you need to get people, and you just don't look for mentors like that. You need to identify the right mentor. What am I interested in? If I'm interested in climate, I should be looking for Miss Motley to be my mentor. If I'm interested in branding, communication, marketing strategy, I should be looking for Edward Asare. If I'm looking for women empowerment, I should be looking for Alice Yakubu. I should be looking for Dr. Khadija. If I'm looking for health, Dr. Khadija. You should be looking out for the rest of these people. So, and you don't need just the total people. If you agree with me that our parents are equally mentors, your sister can be a mentor. If I have a sibling today, I wouldn't let that my sibling, become anything. No, because I've walked through experience and I know how it feels like. I will hold that young girl's hand. So mentorship is everywhere. Mentorship is not just about programs. It's not about I'm looking out for I'm looking out for Anita Eskin. I'm looking out for, the big folks. No, no. The right people around you can mentor you. Your lectures are your mentors. Whoever you see out there, they are your mentors. So you just have to know, get the right mentor to acquire the right mentorship. So that is what I can say about the mentor. But and you need to also network. You need to also network. So if you see here, I've aligned with it that for mentorship to opportunities and to communities, if you want to develop, if you want to bring change to your community, you just don't start that way. You need an opportunity to give back to your community. You need a mentor that will lead you to that opportunity to also be able to give back to your community. Or when we talk of community, it's not just where you come from. Me, my Alice Stockport, my platform is a community I am building. Community is a platform. Community can be a market community, it can be a workplace community, it can be anywhere. Anija Foundation is a community, it's a platform of young leaders. So wherever you go, there are communities. And with communities, you would be giving back to your community. Josephine is giving back to her community as a moderator. You could have gone outside the box looking for, sorry for me. Hold on. Ma, please, I'm busy. I'll call you back. I'm busy. I'm in a meeting. Right. So sorry about that. I've had this call like, 100 times. Sorry about that. So, like I said, Josephine is what she is giving back to her community. That is Anije Foundation. Anije Foundation, one or two ways, building Josephine. So how is Josephine going to give back? Josephine is giving back as a moderator and hosting it. And Josephine will learn from her mistakes doing all these things. So you need to give yourself out when you are with your mentors to identify who you are, to know how best they can support you. Sometimes you can even have a mentor, but your mentor she doesn't know you. If you do not open up, how would your mentor know that this is the challenge you have? If you do not open up, and sometimes we need to make good use of our mentors, and we need to learn how to have a mentor-mentee relationship. You just don't wake up to go ask mentors, or today you are connected to someone, you start talking about your finances issues. Everyone is going through it. Everyone is having challenges. In one or two ways, I have this mentor that he has never given me 10 pesos, but he has held my hand to identify my fit within politics. I love politics so much. Anyone who knows me, I love politics. I love leadership. And this man held my hand to identify my fit within politics. And ever since he connected me to the right folks, the folks are rather sponsoring my projects, my things I'm doing. We are working on projects back and forth and all. He's part of this kind of projects, but his 10 pesos doesn't come to me. So imagine I had reached out to him on this mentorship that he should support me with finances. You need some resources. See, we have the potential, we have the strength, we have a way out. We can do so many things. So many, you just need a room to enter and shine. That is it. You just need that particular room to enter and shine, and mentors will create that path for you. Today, I have a community of young leaders, especially most are women. What do I do with my girls? I create that room for some of them not to even repeat the mistakes I made, but to get a right network and build on. So I think that empowering women, let me move to my next slide. Sorry. So let me move to my next slide and let's talk about empowering women. One of the most powerful things when we talk of empowering women is it's something that we can do as women is to support ourselves. I see Salome supporting Josephine. I'm sorry I'm unable to see all of you, so I wouldn't be able to mention the names. So I see Priscilla, I see a lot of you on the call. And then if you're able to support, how do you empower yourself? I know you've all heard of we becoming enemies. People say we are our own enemies. How are we our own enemies? Unless we accept, we allow pride to set in. Unless we give the chance for us to have that envious lifestyle that we want to really be enemies. This space, when you look at globally everywhere, our percentage is high. When God is creating, as a God loves us, can't you all connect with that? God loves the women. I know the men are in that God loves all of us, but He loves the woman. When God is creating a lot of us, a lot of women, 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 everywhere we go, women, everywhere we go, women. So if they are creating women, aside women, men are also being created. And what happens? The space is so large. I see someone like let me just mention someone like um if you know Josephine Adachi Holale. Josephine is someone that ran for a president of at University of Pentecost University. She couldn't also make it, just like how I couldn't make it in my leadership. That didn't deter us. Someone connected us. That's power of networking. And where she was someone who also needed my space. I shared my connects. I shared my vision with her. She stood by me. A lady standing by other lady, knowing that our vision aligns. She stood by me, supported my growth. And along the line, supporting my growth, we didn't compete. Upon supporting my growth, she also identified that most of the things she loved upon staying within my space, she loved also empowering other women. And as I'm speaking with you, she has also started her own initiative, which is more on bold and resilient. She feels every woman should be bold and should be resilient. When she started her first conference, she asked me to be a speaker. And guess what? When I went on that platform to speak, what happened? When it was my turn to speak, she came for the microphone and she told everyone in the room that you all, Alice Yakubu standing here, is the reason why I have put up this conference. I am her motivation. With the little while she has stayed with me, worked with me, she has been empowered. She has been inspired by the journey. And she took that step to say, I am starting something. So now, when Josephine started hers, should I say I wouldn't be on that platform? Should I run away from Josephine because Josephine has started a woman-led initiative? Something that is likely to be to look more competitive with mine? No, the space is big. Alice Yakubu alone cannot impact. Miss Modeling alone cannot impact. So we all need to be change makers. So when I see Josephine starting something, Josephine now Polu, if I'm right with your name, or when I see Salome starting something, I shouldn't compete. I shouldn't be scared. I should rather be happy. Unless I accept that pride should set in and occupy this my heart that I have to be jealous. Why would Josephine know about that thing? Why would she be occupying this space? Why would she be everywhere? Unless you, the individual, support that. But you don't have to. So we, the individuals, are the cause of our problems. But if you tell yourself, or my kids are here, that I support, but I do not compete, you'll be doing the best to yourself. I've gotten a grant opportunity that is based on supporting young women. I start holding the opportunity, knowing that Dr. Khadija focused on empowering women, knowing that Josephine focused on empowering women, knowing that Kezia's supporting this, that, 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 that. So many young females doing so much. Why not share the opportunity? Because our lacks are different. God might say that this opportunity is not mine. So when I share to Josephine and she makes it, she get that grant or that scholarship or that opportunity. I'm sharing opportunities. That is how women support themselves. You share opportunities, you don't compete. And if you share an opportunity and the person wins that opportunity, you should be jubilating because that is the same people you are looking for the money to go and impact the same people. So if Josephine is having that opportunity to go and impact, why won't you be happy for her? Dr. K having that opportunity to go and impact, why won't you be happy with her? So you need to empower other women and you need to build other women, you need to share opportunities and all that. And that is where your success should create space for others. For me, I am a connector. Everyone knows Alice Yakubu is a connector. She has a room, she has the great network. So they come to me that I need someone, I need Miss Motlin on my platform to speak, and I'm hiding her when she's there to give her experiences to impact the lives of people. And I just want to keep her as my only connect. Why? No, why? So we should be women that would support ourselves. We should be available to, share opportunities, whatever scholarship, whatever opportunity it is. Anija Foundation organizing a conference. and you are hiding the flyer. When you're flyer, no, you are hiding it. If you go, whatever they speak, you'll be impacted. Are you okay with it? Because they needed to impact so many souls. You decided to hide it from your friend. So if you don't share opportunities, we are creating that thing called women hate women. We are creating that space called women hate women. Let's take it back to my journey of running for offices, for leadership women development offices. That young woman that took my link of vetting that I didn't perform well, what was she supposed to do? She was supposed to reach out to me, whether she supported my candidature or not. But so far as she believes in empowering women, she was supposed to reach out to me, let me know of my flops, educate me on the few things I have made, the mistakes I have made, so the next time I do not repeat it. That was the right thing she was supposed to do, but she didn't do it. She rather went to someone who was trying to support my vision to tell the person about how bad I was. And if your founder was also someone that is a supporting woman, she would have felt for it. She would say, why am I even supporting so? Why am I vouching for such a soul? But she said, no, every young woman deserves an opportunity to shine. And that was why she came through for me. Imagine I didn't have people like her, the likes of Honorable Millicent, the likes of her, and so many women that came through for me. And I have given my ear to the distractions, the noise, the things that people were discouraging. I ran for women office. They told me I didn't have the stature. And the body shamed me. That office is for women with tough bodies. They didn't even look at my potentials, the little things I could do with that office. They were only talking of how my body looks small. When I wear outfit, I look like a kid. I don't look like a woman. So I don't qualify to be in that office. If I had listened to that, I don't think I would have been here today. So I blocked my ears from distractions. So these are the kind of distractions that will come to you. When you start doing something, people will tell you that you cannot do it. No, 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 you can. It is your dream. Pray and tell yourself that you can do it. You can lead. Tell yourself you can lead and you just build upon it. You will make mistakes. Anyone without any experience, anyone without mistakes, sorry, doesn't have an experience. Because without experience, I don't think I would have been here even sharing anything with all of you. So start today, make that mistakes, fall, flop, mess yourself up, pick yourself up again, and you will get there. Visibility is in it. People follow our genius. People see what we do. When I start, people saw me. When I failed and I said no, I'm coming back again, people saw me. So people watch. The fact that people might not comment doesn't mean they're not watching. They are following every steps that we are doing. Everything we are doing, people are watching us. So just keep doing. Just keep doing you. The little you can. Small, 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 small. You'll get there. Sometimes you people see the government appointees, you're like, I'm maintaining that. I've not heard from this person. I've not heard about this person. Low key, they are building. They are doing something. And I don't think the president will just wake up and appoint any person. No. No. So just keep building, keep doing something. Share opportunities. Grow other women. Because see, when you are falling, those people you have built would have to support and lift you up. So if you don't have anyone building and you are just growing up alone, you don't share opportunities. If you don't even share opportunities, how will someone also share opportunity to you? Me sitting here, people recommend me because I also recommend them. I recommend Edward Asari a lot to speak on programs. So Edward also get gigs. Like people, someone want to do the conference, oh, Alice can organize, and they'll bring it to me and I cash out. Because she knows my strengths. So if we don't connect, we don't bond, we don't share opportunities, how are we going to grow? So we need to empower ourselves and also empower everyone around us. So that's what I can say on empowering women and women supporting women. Now let's move to our next slide. I'm almost finishing. So right. So our next slide is on leadership for impacts. So leadership for impacts is not just being about being seen, right? You need to create a change. You need to inspire others. I think I've even covered a lot on the mentorship and networking. Whatever you do, you need to be visible. You can be creating your impact, but people are not seeing you. It doesn't matter at all. I always say it's a gradual process. If you know Dr. Khadija, I always mention because I'm speaking from my experience. Dr. Khadija came to Ghana, shared a vision with us. I was one of the first person that reached out. Candy Bell. We started to work on Dr. Khadija's project. She believes in visibility a lot, and she deals with diasporan people and all. It's different from, Ghanaian growth. So me starting my 5 years of journey, it wasn't easy for me. For people to even post, now me soon can't say they should post. I keep begging people to reshare, to reshare, to reshare. But yet I keep doing it till I got my visibility. And when she started, she also started creating her change in Ghana. When she came to Ghana, start creating her change. She keep posting. I even learned posting. Sometimes I do my program, I impact people. I don't post, I don't share. But later I got to know that see, visibility sells. Telling a story, storytelling matters. Because you can be doing a lot, but people would not be able to measure your impact. You can measure your impact, know the kind of people you've impacted, the kind of lives you've touched. But if the people are not seeing, even the grant people will be a broke and they want to see something. Start before they can support you. That is how most of the help comes. If you don't start something, no one will help you. You would always be suffering. So start and put it out there. You don't know whoever that God sent person that would see your story and reach out to you. People start, they are not visible, but one day, boom, you see them out there doing marvelous things. So inspire others. Sorry. Sorry. Right. So inspire others, create your change, be a problem solver, and you would be able to do it. Um, for my leadership of my PPT, I am ending. I am ending. What I want to end with is that you need to define your purpose. In all you do, you need to define your purpose. You need to define your purpose. You need to know that the small steps you take, it matters. And you need to find the right people in all you're doing. If you see my PPT, the people standing here, my community is full of young people because we are very innovative. Young people on this call, when they give us the opportunity, we rack our brains to see the ideas be brave. We are the future. The future is even now. The future is now, and we are the future. So if we don't step out today, if we do not identify our purpose, if we do not take our own leadership today, then I doubt what we want to be empowered or the leadership roles we want to take would forever come to us. You don't need to sit down reluctant and food will be served on your table. No, you can't eat your cake and have it. You can't do that. So what you need to do is to define your purpose. You need to know what you want. If you identify your purpose, which comes together with your niche, what are your interests? What are the things you love doing? Where do you want to go? If you are able to clearly state all these goals, for instance, let me give an example. A young woman reached out to me just like when I was also going for my leadership. I reached out to other young people and I reached out to other people who had the experiences and all to support me. Others came through, others will give you their experiences, you learn from it and go for it. This young woman from University of Ghana reached out to me that she wants to become the next General Secretary of University of Ghana. I was like, why not? If even 10 of you competing together come, and I have the support or whatever I can do to support with, give the support to all of you, I will do it. Because I love it when women challenge themselves. It is always not about the winning. That is what I've come to realize. It's always about the experience. Because when you go through a leadership journey, the torture, the disappointment, the betrayals, you would know that in this journey, you need to be tough, you need to be strong, and you need to have that experience to be able to also empower others, educate others to take up leadership roles. Because if you don't go through all these things, how are you going to educate other young people to take up leadership roles? So she came to me and I told her that I'm in to support her. What do you want? She said she wanted to build her confidence. We took that step. Things were a bit okay. It was a bit, but not enough. Just like I was just seeing her in my own image as to when I was also running for offices. Right from there, she wanted access. That okay, I want to access resource people, I want to access mentors. I gave her the access that I could within my own capacity. But when she was called in a room to place her value on the table, when people wanted to know as to why she was running for that office and why they should support her, trust me, when she got in that room, she became nervous. She couldn't tell us why. And if she get the office, what she would do with the office. She couldn't share that dreams with us. And that was just the opportunity I spoke previously. Opportunity to be created, all right. Left onto you, the individual. How are you going to manage that opportunity? How are you going to take hold of that opportunity? She got the opportunity to express herself. She got that opportunity to get whatever funding she wanted. Because if you sell yourself well in that room, that is when, people would come through for you. That is when people would support you. But when she got in that room, she disappointed. She came out and she said she was never ready. That is the competence I said we should build. We should always try to be ready, even if it's impromptu. You should be able, within the seconds, the minutes you have, to prepare something a bit. She couldn't serve herself to be able to secure that network, that opportunity, or that funding she wanted. And I cannot do magic to be able to get that funding for her. But I created that opportunity that could have supported her or could have helped her to get that access. But she couldn't. So imagine someone introduce her opponent and that person is able to sell herself. She wins it. So that is where competency comes in. So when you are able to identify your purposes, do away with the nervousness. It is not an easy thing, I understand. It goes gradually. Build yourself. Keep doing it. Like I said, even me before I could speak, I needed a cup of water to calm myself down before I can have that opportunity to resonate or connect with all of you on this call. So when you define your purpose, your goals, identify your niche, you will not find yourself wanting. I know that in a room of conversation about women, it is my niche, it is my area. I would find myself within that space. In a conversation about politics, youth development, governance, I am interested. I should find my way to that aspect. I should, with that purpose, I walk with purpose. I walk with a full walk. I am not empty. So therefore, I will know the rooms that I can enter, the opportunities I can seek from my mentors. And from there, I will take it gradually, small, small steps till I get there. And I would find my people. Because if you don't find your people, you'll find yourself wanting. You would always be everywhere. You don't have to be everywhere as an individual. No. As a young woman, as a gentleman, no, you don't have to be everywhere. Place value on yourself upon defining your purpose. And when you do that, you have a value. You are rich. If you have a value, you are rich. And you would find the right people. And there you would excel with your leadership journey. You would excel with your growth, with whatever you want to do. And last one, stay consistent. If you do it today, you stop tomorrow, you will never progress. So keep doing it, keep doing it. When I started Alice Talk, if I had stopped, regardless of my challenges, difficulties, something can hit you harder, it will knock you. But trust me, sometimes you can take a break. Taking a break is not a crime because no one is forcing you. You are building. You alone know why you are doing it. You alone know why you are impacting. You want to lead. So since you know your purpose, since you define your purpose, when life knocks you harder when you start, just give yourself a break. Give yourself a break and redefine certain things. Look at the errors. I've run Alice Stockholm for a good 5 years. This year, I told myself that aside from my mentorship session I do with my women online, I wouldn't have a program this year. People are calling me, partners are calling. That doesn't mean I should rush to whatever money or support they want to give me to do whatever event or whatever seminar or whatever project. No, I have sat with my team and we've noticed that there are so many things we need to structure with the organization, running it within 5 years. There are so many challenges and so many positive things we encountered.
So we need a reflection, we need a break to restructure so many things, to know how our goals, our organizational goals, our impacts, how measurable it can be, and what we know we want, and redefine everything and kickstart again. So when you start and life becomes that difficult, give a pause. It doesn't mean you are ending it. Pause and do something. Take a break, have a reflection. If you pause, that doesn't mean you are not consistent. Pausing and taking a reflection is different from being consistent. Consistent is that when you start, keep doing it, and that will yield results. But to also take a break and become more stronger and bounce back again is very essential. So my final message to you is that everyone in this room, you are not too young. Look at me. People call me portable, small. People have heard my name in big rooms. The Alice Yakubu, rooms that I never expected. My names are mentioned in so many, but when I get there, see, I said I got to a program, they were expecting me. Oh. When I got to the program, they were expecting the Alice Yakubu to come and speak. Oh. They've heard my name and all that. And my flyers, my branding, how I do my branding. Oh, who me are you? Think that I'm big, oh. You be expecting some big mama. It's all about the branding, how I carry myself. So people see my pictures sometimes. I don't like posting full pictures at a point. I don't like posting full pictures at some point, but some point when I go for program, I'm always in my heels, so I get a bit of height, and I take pictures and all, and I post. It gives me a bit of height, and I'm okay because I know I'm very short. I'm cute. I'm small. I'm portable. So with that, when I got to the program, guess what? I went with Pakwesi Folsom. If you all know him, he's into public speaking, entrepreneurship, branding, and all. Pakwesi PK was also speaking at that program. When we got there, guess what? They told PK was like, they welcome PK, he came out of his car. I came for my Uber and they welcomed him so well. He was their speaker. The flyer, I was big, so they didn't know me. I came for my Uber. I walked calmly. They directed me like like I'm an audience, and I went back. Someone who knew me wanted me to sit at front. I'm like, no, let me sit at the back. I sat at the back. And the room, when they started introducing me, a lot of people were expecting me. They were anticipating. The ushers that I even met, I was asking someone, and he didn't pay attention to me. She only paid attention to Pakwesi. I dressed well. I was welcoming and everything, but they had to attend to their speaker first. But when I got into that room, when I started speaking, when I started, having an encounter with them after that program, they didn't let go of me. They didn't even want me to go. They grouped around. You know how small I am, and giants are now grouping around me. Someone from afar cannot even see me again. I'm in the middle. They are reaching out to seek for my numbers, my network. They want to be here. They want me to speak at the program. They want me to be part of their project. They want me to do this. A whole lot of, connections. But when I got there, I was not the attention person. I didn't get that attention. So it is the message you carry. So I can't look at myself and say, because I am young. When I started, they told me that Uko rooms do what room does. So I'm in level 100. I don't have to start anything. I don't even have to go in for any leadership. I went into my for my first election that was in level 200. And I didn't go for SLC. I went for an external election in All Universities Association Ghana, USAG, before I then went for the national. So when I started, people told me that you are too young. I also are out there. You need time. You need to understand this pain. You understand totally well that Oko rooms. I understand your community, your environment. That was it. I understand perfectly well. But sometimes you don't have to let go of your dreams. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to say, you are too old. We also have some giant people in the room, those who are old and all that. Don't say because Alice is young and doing it. It looks amazing. So because I am old, I don't want to do it. No, everyone can do it. So that is everyone can, oh no, sorry. Everyone can do it. So that is the last message I think I want to leave you with. And I'm trying to get my PPT again. Am I still sharing? Am I still sharing?
Yes, please. Your slide is still on.
Thank you. So this is my call to action. I am encouraging everyone to start leading. I am calling everyone on this platform. You need to start leading today. You don't need to become a founder before you lead. No, you can lead from your home. When they are making decisions, be part of that decision. When government is making that decision, be part of that decision. We can't sit for the country to make decisions for us. No, we can't. We can't do that at all. We are part of decision making. When the president was appointed, even though we never gave him that money when he was running for his election, but the people he's to appoint are coming to serve us. So would you sit for them to appoint someone that wouldn't be able to give you enough services? No. No. So you have every right to use your mouth and advocate the right way. You can write articles, publish them. You can do so many things with your life. So start leading today. Leadership doesn't just start at, running for offices, running for a position, becoming this. No, 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 no. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Support each other's too. That is what I will say. Because me sitting here, a lot of young guys have supported me. A lot of women, all the women you see in my call to action. You can see Amapat at my background. Amapat is now the, I think, info secretary or of something information to the vice president of Ghana. No, yeah, vice president of Ghana. Amapat, I was one of her mentee. She mentored me. She connected me to other right women. She opened doors for me regardless of any political affiliation. She just wanted to help ladies with potential. And that is what we should all be doing. Right. So all the women you see at my background, they are women I'm connected with. And these are women that are doing so well within their, little spaces. So start leading, support yourself. I support them. Aina reach out to me. I support Aina. Linda reached out to me, or I reach out to Linda. Linda has been so helpful to me. Media programs that she moderate, she speaks, she supports me. So this is what we should be doing. Start leading today. Start showing up for your colleagues and build that impact. You need to build it. You don't have to, shrink at all. You don't have to. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. Once again, I am Alice Yakubu, and I want to say a big thank you to Anije Foundation for having me on this platform. You can follow me on LinkedIn. You can follow me on all my social media handles, Alice Yakubu. You see my cute face there. So thank you very much once again. I do appreciate. I'm open for questions or any engagement you people would like to have with me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to see a lot of reactions, seriously.
Mhm.
Thank you. This is so, 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 so inspiring and it's mind blowing. Thank you so much. I want to see more reactions. I want to see more reactions. Thank you so much, Miss Alice, for your insightful presentation. Now we'll zoom into the audience questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to ask questions. I know someone is doubting. You're self-doubting right now. Please bring yourself out and ask the questions to clear the doubts in your head. This was a very powerful and profound presentation we have gotten from our selfless woman leader here today. And I call us to ask questions. So please, it's time for questions. We just have 5 to 15 minutes for the questions and responses. So please just feel free, be confident to ask your question. Don't feel that we are different people here. So you want to keep away. This is an opportunity for you to speak out, to build confidence and ask your questions. Be you. Just be you and ask your questions. All right. So while we wait for the questions, I have some few comments in the session room. I think when you asked for what mentorship is, a lot of people said mentorship is very important. Mentorship is it's really, really very important. And we need it. We all need it. Yes. And Miss Modeling added how beautiful mentorship is beautiful. Yes. And I added I support, I do not compete. That's a kind of affirmation for me. Winifred said, beautiful collaboration, and when women pull forces together, we can be unbreakable. We can be unbreakable. Indeed, we can be unbreakable if we are together. Together we can. Miss Madeline said, very insightful and empowering session. Well done, Alice. Keep trying. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So now the floor is open for questions. Anyone with a question, kindly come on. let's make use of this opportunity. She mentioned that sometimes you have the opportunity, you need to just be prepared. This is the space for you to possibly clear something off your head and your chest. Yeah.
So I've raised my hand. I don't know if I can go ahead and speak.
Yes, please. Bridget, I can see your hand right now. Kindly carry on.
Okay. So I have a question. I'm sure maybe some of us would also have the same question. I'm sorry, my background is a little noisy, but I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can. I
Yes,
can.
please.
Okay. So I have a question. So when it comes to mentorship, you may be, or you may think, or you might have someone in mind to have as a mentor. And then sometimes approaching the people is an issue. Okay, not like it's an issue, but how to get in touch with them. So I'm giving an example. So recently at my workplace, we're also supposed to also look for some of the managers, like the leaders in the women in leadership roles, to speak with them to be our mentors. And so I engaged one of the managers who I knew during my internship. But when I spoke with her, the reception I received was not welcoming. So I didn't even go to her again. In situations like this, what would you suggest? Should I keep going? Because someone like we work in the same building, but we are in different units. And so I spoke to her about it that, oh, I would want her to be my mentor. And then with all that was said, so in our work, we had this women's group, like, so just for women to also help themselves. And then, but I realized that the reception I received was not welcoming. So I didn't think of going back to her to talk to her about anything. So I don't know what we have to say about that.
Right, Bridget. I love your name, or can't say, right? Am I right? Right? Okay. So, Bridget, that's amazing. So what I will say is that you see with mentorship, even with grown-ups, our elderly people we might look up to don't understand mentorships. Okay. It's not everyone that understand what mentorship really means. Just like how some of us, the young ones, don't also understand what mentorship relationship means. So first of all, you've given an example that you are working in the office with the person, and the person happens to be ahead of you. You are hoping to learn from. You are hoping to have a helping hand from the same woman that would support you. Probably you might have even gotten recommendation from other people that she is the best to support you. I understand. What you would have to do, or you have given a try and then she is not approachable. Naturally, what I will say is that we have people that naturally, they don't smile. They don't laugh with people. They are strict with their works. But yet, they support other women. They mentor other people. Sometimes they can go hard on you. Mentorship comes in so many folds. A mentor, someone who says, yes, I want to help you, you might end up running because that is the caliber of the person. So you just don't wake up and say, oh, because we are in same field, I need to go and get this person as a mentor. No. Study the person. Does our goals align? In your situation, your goals align because it is a work thing. You have to learn a lot from this person. But you need to know the personality. Is this someone that comes to where he doesn't smile with anyone? He might be going through family issues maybe at that time. She might be having her personal problems. You can give it a time. But if there is something tangible you think you need to learn and all, you can probably ignore her for now and look for alternatives. If you think it is not just the right time and the person is frowning and all, you can give it a try. You can push a bit, but you don't become someone that keep pushing now. So that some people they give you we have what we call you do boyfriend girlfriends. So you know what we call red flags, green flags, and all those things. When you reach out to someone and the person is not approachable, the person is not forthcoming,
Give it time. You can go back again. We don't discard people. We don't give up on people easily, especially when you need something from them. You don't do that. So give it time. Unless the thing is so demanding, then you look for another alternative. So in your situation, understand her personality. You can even make more encourage. You might probably have that one person in that office that knows her very, very well. It doesn't take it's not a bad thing to go and get to know a bit about the person. So when you understand the person, what the person is going through, and you think you still want to pursue, you still want to stay along till the person calms down or whatever, or it could be the nature of the person. And if it's the nature of the person, and you think you can adjust, because if she says yes as a mentor and she doesn't smile with you, are you okay with it? She's not friendly with it. Are you okay with it? We honestly have people like that who don't smile. They are go-getters. Their own is just, they are up to their games. They don't know a friendly one. They don't even smile with any, they don't talk to anyone. Unless it is work, hey, do this, deliver this, do that, do that. And you have to get it done. So if you understand the personality of the person, then you yourself make your decision. Because no one forces a mentor on anyone. Like I said, our parents are even our mentors. But if you think your parents are bringing a burden as to go study this course and things, and you feel like, enkoye, you can decide to make your own choice. If you think some are with well experienced and they have to, this is the part. But if you think going to that part wouldn't support you, why not? So when you study the personality of the person and you feel like, no matter what I do, the person won't smile, she was not approachable. Even if I give time, then you think you yourself, that's why I keep saying that identify yourself first, your purpose, your niche, and everything, your interest. Me, I'm very jovial and also if I know that a room like this, it's not flexible. It's not a room that would, give me that flexibility. And I give a bit of, touch, it doesn't work. I have to give up and find other alternative as to who can occupy that space to mentor me. So I think Miss Modeling would like to also add something up. Yeah, so I just hope what I've shared too is a bit beneficial, so it's okay for you. Thank you.
Yes, please, it is, Alice. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Miss Madeline, you can please speak.
Miss Modeling, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Hi, Alice. I really enjoyed the session and thank you for sharing your lights with us. I just wanted to add on to everything that she said. I think there are different types of mentorship. Most of the time, we are only aware of the one-on-one mentorship that is more like the coaching style. But then there's an indirect mentorship where you don't need to see the person physically. For instance, I've always said long time ago, Michelle Obama is my mentor. I mean, there's probability I may never meet Michelle Obama, but then I could learn from her through her career, listening to her interviews, reading about her work. And then you gain that mentorship by applying that shared wisdom to your life. Or they becoming like a role model to you, you emulating their lifestyle. That is mentorship. So most of the time, you don't necessarily need that person to sit you down because we have to understand that people are very busy lately. And for you to have that person one-on-one, most of the time, you have to be offering something to that person before they can have that time for you, most of the time, 90% of the time. So if you believe that, for instance, you be in the safe working environment, you have that person closer to you. You can be learning from that person from afar without even sitting down with that person. So the next time you go to that person, for instance, with what Bridget said, you go to, oh, okay, I've identified X and Y about you, how you carry yourself, how you handle these projects at the work, at work. When you go to that person knows that, okay, you've identified something. But then the moment you go and it's like, oh, I want you to mentor, you don't even know what exactly you need. Sometimes it can put people off because they've got a lot in their lives from work, from family, and every other thing going on. So sometimes we can start with the indirect mentorship, identify what's that one thing that you really want this person to mentor you, and then I studied that person for a while before you go to that person. When you go to that person, it's like you have something you're offering. You're not just going to be a burden to that person to say, mentor me when you don't even know where you're starting from. It's just a few people that would have that time. And it's not because they don't think about you or they don't want to do that, but it's because there's so much going on in life. So I think that when it comes to mentorship, there are various ways: indirect, role modeling, distance mentor, virtual role model. There are lots of them that we can explore. So thank you very much. I just thought to add that to all you've said, and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miss Molly, for adding that.
Yeah. All right. Please, any other? Just giving us some 2 chances. Any person is available to speak or ask a question. You can add your voice as well. This is an opportunity to add your voice to the conversation. Salome, please, do you have any concern? Please give a reaction. If no, just calling out names. Winifred, please, do you have any concern? Cornelia, you are here. Any concern? All right. Albert, any concern? Sumaya, Rogaya, Ramatu. All right. So I believe if we would ask, if you still have and you are not sure of how to put it out here, once Miss Alice have shared her social media handles, you can get in touch to there so that you can continue to interact with her from that space as well. So I'll just take some few takeaways. I took a lot. Let me just summarize them. I don't know how much someone has noted some things down just to keep you going, but I've learned, and I believe a lot of us have also taken something from today's conversation. So you don't stop, you don't need someone to start something for you, or you just have to step up for yourself. It's always about the starting. Always start to share with your stories. Don't start and then keep mute about what you do. Vision needs clarity. Whatever you are building, you need clarity. And you can't do this without what? Having someone to pull you through. That is where the mentorship comes in. You need someone to guide you through the path. Progress will always come with critics and limitations, but then you need to break the barriers. You need to go beyond the critics and then the limitations. Let's always own our voice. Own your own voice. Though people will think you are proud, but always have your voice. And one other thing too I took was that to build confidence is never easy, but you need to build up. So there isn't confidence lying somewhere for you to get and pick, but you need to build it. So build yourself. You need to start trying. And in trials, then you become who you want to be. Start somewhere even when you are unsure. Start with the confusion. Start by asking questions. And I also got that if you find your value, don't become too available. You need to respect what you have. And purpose is a structure. Get to know your purpose, and you will flow like a free radical in this world. That was so powerful. Don't look for the big ones. When it comes to mentorship, don't look for the big mentors. Just look for the people who are near you and the right ones to mentor you. And networking will give you something only your certificate will not. So please don't rely on only your certificate. Wherever you find yourself, build the connections, build the networks, and you will grow out to that. Anyone without a mistake has no experience. And these are just my few takeaways. I have a lot, so let me pause here and we will wrap up the session because I know we've been here for a while. Thank you so much, Miss Alice. And I know someone is empowered, someone is moved. We are so grateful for your insights shared, your valuable insights. And then I want to use this opportunity to thank every young person who have taken time out of the busy schedules. Mondays are busy, and you are here with our great woman who shared this powerful moment with us. Our next masterclass session is going to be on the 29th of April. Please do make time to join Anijia Global Foundation. Typically, it comes every last Wednesday of each month. And so the days may occasionally change, just like we are having today on Monday, because of irregularities with some timings with our speakers. So please make time, and then always look out to stay updated. Look out for our social media handles, Anijia Global Foundation across all media handles. You get in touch. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Anijia YouTube, and follow us on that for more updates. We'll bring our session to a close. And like I mentioned, if you have identified something and you still need clarity, feel free to reach out to Miss Alice on her socials. And I believe she'll be available to help you grow. Thank you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. We bring our session to a close, and we hope to see you all next time on our masterclass session. It's a bye for now from here.
Bye.
Bye-bye.